Hello and welcome to that Eurovision site, Eurovision with a Slice of Life. It's Jazzi here, and I am joined by Patty Gurdy, who will be taking part in Germany's Eurovision national final, Unser for Liverpool, with the song Melodies of Hope. So, Patty, I just want to start things off by asking, how are you doing today?
Hey, Jazzi. Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And I'm really excited. Every time I think about these national finals, I get so excited and I can't wait to perform. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. So just a little icebreaker so people can get to know you a little bit. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So, my name is Patty Gurdy. That would be my nickname, Patty, and the word Gurdy, which is my instrument. It looks like this. I have it right here. This is a European folk instrument called hurdy-gurdy. It's a stringed instrument. So that's what I make music with. And that's also what my music is inspired by. So the medieval folky sounds together with dance pop.
So moving on to Unser for Liverpool, how did the idea to participate in the national final come about?
How did the ideas of?
To participate in the national final, where did it come from?
Yes. Okay. So that goes back quite far. First of all, obviously, with Eurovision coming to Düsseldorf in 2011, I think I was already hooked back then. But then when I started my YouTube channel to talk more about this instrument and, release my own music with it, people very early on started commenting, yeah, you should go to Eurovision with that. And then, a couple years back, my guitarist in my band said, okay, Patty, it's about time, go to Eurovision. And here I am.
So the song you are participating with is called Melodies of Hope. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the song and how the creative processes all came together? Because I did read that you wrote the song yourself.
That's right. I wrote together with my producer. Well, the story of the song goes a bit deeper because I actually am a flood victim from the 2021 German flood, which we also call, like the biggest flood in 100 years, basically. And I lost my home and my music studio in that flood. So yeah, it caught me all the way, and I lost the basis of my life, basically. I lost my cameras, my computer, so many instruments, all of my guitars. And the only three instruments that basically survived were my three Gurdies, because just by total accident, they weren't there. They were at my parents' place. And nobody knew that the flood would be coming. We weren't warned. And so at the end of the day, I stood there with three Gurdies, no home and no studio, no equipment. And I basically cried out to my fan community, okay, guys, this is what happened. I can't really continue right now. And what they did is basically catch me as I fall, because they made it so that I was able to build up a whole new studio again. All thanks to them, and they helped me in the absolute right moment without questioning anything. They were just like, okay, hey, we're here for you, whatever you need. And that's actually what made me feel incredibly safe. And that was a very healing process too. So that's when I realized that everybody deserves to be saved and helped like that when they really need it. And from this moment on, I also, started concentrating more on the topic of mental health and using music as a tool to reach to people, to give them something into their hands that they can walk through dark times with. So that's how I came up with the idea of Melodies of Hope, wanting to bring hope and this idea of rebirth to the people, of going through dark times and realizing, okay, you're starting from zero, but you can reinvent your life, you can invent your future, you are the creator. So when it happened was actually in Scotland, in Edinburgh. I took a shower and in the shower I had that idea, and I had to repeat it in the shower until I came out to save it into my phone. And with that idea, I came to my I went to my producer, Hannes Braun, and he immediately continued working on the idea. And then we recorded everything within one day.
That's such a cool story. Like,
Yeah.
how like that your fans just saved you, and like they
Yeah.
became like such an inspiration for a whole song, and I love that. That's so sweet.
Yeah, not just one song, many more songs will come from that.
So when the audience listens to your song, what message would you like that song to send?
Sure. So a very important thing when I actually get to perform for the national finals is that my story comes across, so that people get this message of hope and rebirth, and that they're not alone through dark times, and that they deserve the help that I got too. And so that would be very important for me.
So if you were to win Unser lead for Liverpool, what would it mean to you to represent Germany at Eurovision?
Right. Oh, wow. Okay. So first of all, I'd be more than proud and more than happy if I could actually go to Liverpool with my song, because from there I can reach more people, and I can also tell them about my instrument. So as you know, my my hurdy-gurdy, it's a typical German or Central European folk instrument. And it would also mean the world to me that this instrument gets the big stage that it absolutely deserves, because it almost went kind of dead in the last 100 years, and we're just now bringing it back. So many new luthiers are building hurdy-gurdies again, and I think it totally deserves the big stage. And here we go.
I'm just going to ask a little bit about Eurovision because you mentioned Dusseldorf. Do you have any memories from Eurovision that are like
Yes.
your favorites, particularly from Germany?
Sure. So, since the Eurovision was in Düsseldorf, I remember obviously all of my friends and family. We already watched the one before because of Lena, and everybody was in love with Lena. And then when it came to Düsseldorf, it was right around the corner. So that was a hot topic for the whole week, you can be sure. Like all the way in school, and the teachers and everybody was talking about it. And that's part of some of my first memories of that.
So moving away from Eurovision and on to lead for Liverpool, I'm actually going to ask you a bit about your hurdy-gurdy. And that's kind of when you say, like,
Yes.
that's when everything kind of changed for you musically. Can you explain to the audience a little bit about the instrument? As obviously, I'd never heard of one before, and I just want to know a little bit more about the instrument.
Oh, really? Really? Sure. Wait, I'll get it right here. So, if you want to, I can explain to you how it works.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a stringed instrument, just like a violin, basically. But instead of a bow in the shape of a stick, you have a bow in the shape of a wheel. And it's halfway inside the body of the instrument, and you can see it right here. And I can turn it with that crank very precisely, actually. And then on the violin, you basically shorten the strings with your fingers. And that's how you play melodies. And here you do that with mechanical keys, similar to the piano. So yeah, that's how you make melodies. And then the crazy thing about the Gurdy is it's actually not just an instrument, it's a whole orchestra. So you can play bass, melody, and rhythm all at once. And I'm going to show you how that sounds. And then you can sing to it. And then you can also move to it. So it's the perfect instrument.
Yeah. So I have also read that if like you've played many festivals with your hurdy-gurdy. How would that like experience at festivals help you for Unser lead for Liverpool? Like, imagine the experience of playing at a festival and playing like on a TV show are completely different.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it's so different. Yeah. Well, oh, hold on. I think the connection isn't stable. Okay. So I think, first of all, what I learned, especially in the last festival summer, is that no matter what happens, my fan community will catch me. So we've had a massive electric outage on the last festival summer, which was so bad that we couldn't keep on playing, and we had to basically go off stage. But the fans were there and kept singing my songs. So it's like, it kind of assured me again that I can let myself fall into this net of people that are there to support me. And if I learned one thing, it's pretty much this, that no matter what happens, I'm not alone. So that's good.
So we are now towards the end of the interview, and I just want to thank you for such the opportunity to speak to you before Unser lead for Liverpool, and just wish you good luck, because
Thank you.
honestly, we're so thankful to speak to you, and I've had a lot of fun as well today. So there's that as well. And thank you for
I'm
teaching me
glad.
a little bit about the hurdy-gurdy as well.
Sure, that's my mission.
So is there any messages you want to give to the international audience of that Eurovision site?
Sure. So, because of the flood and the whole message of my song, I really want to promote the idea of mental health and putting it more into the consciousness of the people. So if there's one thing I can tell everyone, it's take care of each other, listen to each other, and try to understand each other the best we can. And that way we create communities that feel safe. And that's what we all need.
So I just want to say thank you for joining me and Patty today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, That Eurovision Site, to see more interviews and more Eurovision 2023 content in general. Also, be sure to check out That Euro Site on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And be sure to give us a like and also give us a follow so that you can be updated with any Eurovision 2023 news. And also be sure to follow That Eurovision podcast on Spotify and Apple Music. So because we turn all our video content into podcasts, so you can listen to that as well while
Nice.
you're on the go. So all that's left for us to say now is bye.